let's see our next topic, that is practice set 1.4. It is related to word problem based on sets. You remember that formula? Number of element in A union B, that is NA plus NB minus A intersection B. So all this word problem is related to this formula. So let's see first example. So see what is given in first question. NA means number of element in set A. The number of element in A union B, that is 29, and the intersection means A intersection B, that is 7, and question is to find the value of number of element in B. So this union means elements which belongs to A or belongs to B, and intersection means elements belongs to A and also in B, means common element. So this is 7 and question is to find the value of N B. So first we write the formula number of element, or first we write G1. See what is given? NA, that is 15, then N A union B equal to 29, and N A intersection B, that is 7, and question mark is NB, that is to find. So first write down the formula. So N A union B equal to NA plus NB minus NA intersection B. So put all the given values. So see, this union is 29, A, that is 15, NB is not given, and this is 7. 29 equal to 15 minus 7, that is 8, plus NB, and when you shift this 8 on this side, that time it is 29 minus 8 equal to NB, and therefore 21 equal to NB, and therefore NB equal to 21. Let's see question number 2. Question is, in a hostel there are 125 students, out of which 80 drink tea, 60 drink coffee, and 20 drink tea and coffee both. Then find the number of students who do not drink tea or coffee. So here student, remember one thing, if total number is given, that time it is universal or A union B. But here in a hostel there are total student, that is 125, means it is the universal set, because out of that 125 we don't know how many takes to drink tea, coffee both, or someone do not take any type of tea or coffee. So here this is the universal, and find out two things. Here two things, that is number of students who drink tea and the number of students who drink coffee. So we consider A and B. So C, let A be the set of students who drink tea, and B be the set of students who drink coffee. So NA means number of elements who drink tea, that is 80. So NA is 80. Then NB, that is 60, means number of students who drink coffee, and this 20 students drink tea and coffee both. So when the word is both is given, that time remember it is intersection. So intersection is given N A intersection B, that is 20, and this total number is universal, so it is 125, and question mark is, so first we find number of element in A union B. That is the question mark. And then we find number of students who do not drink tea or coffee. So this indicates number of students who drink tea or coffee. So here you know the formula, number of element in A union B. So first we write A union B, that is NA plus NB minus NA intersection B. So see here NA, that is 80 plus this 60 minus both, that is 20. So 140 minus this 20, number of element in A union B, that is 120. So here 120 indicates there are 120 students who drink tea or coffee, and you know there are 20 students who drink both. So question is find the number of the students who do not drink tea or coffee. So if 120 students drink tea or coffee, then how many students from 125 do not drink tea or coffee? So it is simple. So we write here the number of students who do not drink tea or coffee is NU minus NA union B. That is total number of students 125, and this from 125 120, that is A union B, means the student drink tea or coffee. So we subtract 120, so answer is 5, means 5 students who do not drink any type of tea or coffee. Let's see question number 3. Question is, in a competitive exam, 50 students passed in English and 60 students passed in mathematics and 40 students passed in both the subject. Both the subject means A intersection B, and none of them were in both the subject. Then find the number of students who passed at least. At least means A union B, means it belongs to A or B. So at least in one of the subject. So see, first we write the given things. So first we consider, let A be the set of students who passed in English, and B be the set of students who passed in mathematics. So let this given. So NA, that is 50. NB means number of students passed in mathematics is 60. And both means A intersection B. So both subject, that is 40. So NA intersection B is 40. And find A union B, that is question mark. So it is so simple example. Write the formula, put the values and find out the answer. So formula is A union B equal to NA plus NB minus NA intersection B. And then put all these values. Means here this value is 50 plus 60 minus both is 40. So 110 minus 40. So A union B, that is 70. So 70 students who passed at least in one of the subjects. Students, see question number 4. it is question is only long. This example is long, but its solution is so easy. So first we read this example carefully. Then we think about the given things, and then we write the given this information which is given, and then we solve. We see how many questions are there. Here total 3 questions are given. So first we read this example and then think. So see, a survey was conducted to know the hobby of 220 students. Means their total number of students. It is related to our first example. So it is inversion means NU, total number of students in that survey, means know the hobby of 220 students of class 9, out of which 130 students inform about their hobby as rock climbing. So first thing is hobby as rock climbing, and 180 students inform about their hobby as sky watching. You know, sky watching and rock climbing. So two things are given. First one is number of students whose hobby is rock climbing. We consider A, and the number of students whose hobby is sky watching, that is B. And then see, there are 110 students who follow both the hobbies. See this word, both, means intersection, A intersection B, that is 110. That like both rock climbing and also sky watching. Then how many students do not have any of the two hobbies? And first question is, how many students do not have any of the two hobbies? The next, how many of them follow the hobby of rock climbing only? Means student whose hobby is only rock climbing. Then how many? Third, how many students follow the hobby of sky watching only? So here we know here two things are given. First one is number of students whose hobby, that is the rock climbing, and one other type is that the number of students whose hobby is sky watching, that is B. And then we write first all the given things and then see. Let's see. So first we consider, let A be the set of students whose hobby is rock climbing, and B be the set of students whose hobby is sky watching. Then again read the example and write the given values. So see, that is the inversal. So here we write first inversal or see NA means number of students whose hobby is rock climbing, that is 130 students. So we write 130. Then NB is number of students whose hobby is sky watching, that is 180. So we write here 180. Then U means inversal is 220. So first we find A union B, and then the next example. So first write the formula. You know formula, NA union B equal to NA plus NB minus NA intersection B. So here NA, that is 130. So 130 plus NB 180 minus both means intersection. So here its sum is 0, then 11 plus 1 3 minus 110. So it is 0 0 2 means number of students whose hobby is rock climbing or sky watching. So how many students do not? So again we separate this 200 from 220. So 220 minus this 200 means 20 students do not have any of two hobbies. So here we write number of students do not have any of the two hobbies, any of the two hobbies equal to, again n u minus n a union b, that is 220 minus 200 equal to 20. That is our first answer. Then second, how many of them follow the hobby of rock climbing only? So see here, rock climbing, that is total number of students is 130, and intersection NA intersection B is 110. So this number is both, and 110, that is also in this A. So write number of students whose hobby is only rock climbing equal to NA minus NA intersection B, that is 130 minus 110, that is again 20, and number of students whose hobby is only sky watching. Sky watching is also NB, means total 180 students whose hobby is sky watching, and both means this 110 student is like both the hobbies, means 110 student in rock climbing, also in sky watching, means in both. So again we subtract NA intersection B. So 180 minus 110, this answer is 70. See question number 5. Here diagram is given. In diagram C, rectangular part, that is inversion. This part is set A and this part is set B, and some elements are given. So we observe this diagram carefully and write the answer of some questions. So first question is set A. So see which elements are in set A. So X, Y, Z, M. This M, that is in A as well as in B. So it is intersection part. So remember here we write only A, means X, Y, Z, M. Then second question is set B. So see the elements of set B, that is P, Q, R, M, N. P, Q, R, M, N. Then third is union. A union B. And you know definition of A union B, element which belongs to set A or belongs to set B, means whole all the elements of set A and B, write all these elements in this curly bracket. So this is X, Y, Z. This Mn is on both, so we write only one time, and then remaining part, that is P, Q, R. So this is A union B. Then see, fourth one is the inversion. So A, B is also in this rectangular part, means in inversion. So this is the larger set. So write all the elements, that is X, Y, Z, Mn, P, Q, R, and remaining these two elements, that is S and T. Then this fifth, that is A complement. So A complement means element which belong to inversion but not in A. So leave these elements which are in A and write the remaining elements, that is A complement. So leave X, Y, Z, Mn, write P, Q, R, S, T. That is the A complement. So A complement, that elements which belongs to inversion but not in A. So element which not in A, that is P, Q, R, S, T. These elements are in inversion but not in A. Similarly, B complement means element which is in inversion but not in B. So see X, Y, Z, S, T. This is in inversion but not in this B. So answer is X, Y, Z, S and T. And last question is A union B complement means element which is in inversion but not in A union B. So A union B means all the elements, that is all these elements, only S and T, that are in inversion but not in A union B. So our answer is yes, T. See again and write in your notebook.